Well, welcome back here to Dolphin Oval, and it's the men's 30s coming up here. And this is going to be an absolutely cracking game. We're going to look through the team list, and there's stars across both teams. And I'm joined again by Wayne Grant. And Wayne, men's 30s, always fiery, but always a lot of skill and a fast pace on show.
Yeah, definitely. Really looking forward to this one. These guys love a competitive battle at Origin, but also know how the game should be played. So, look, for Queensland, host of, I'll call them stars, highlighted by the number 4, Dean 4020 Thomas. Said I'd give him a shout out. But no, look, current open players and ex-Australian players out there in like Michael Bart, Sebi Ray, Arepa Ohio, who's played for New Zealand also. Like, you'll look for those guys in the Queensland team to probably lead the way. And for New South Wales, Gary Sonder. How has anyone ever checked his birth certificate, that guy? Still playing men's 30s, but he will definitely direct the New South Wales team around the field. This should be quite fast. If the 35s I thought was quite quick, Scotty, but I think this will be even quicker, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll go to another level, the men's 30s game, and you're 100% right. Gary Sonder, he is a dead set 100 years old, but has the skill level of a 20-year-old, so he definitely deserves his spot in this men's 30s. He's a super player and has been for a long time, so keep an eye on him. Oh, he's put his Zimmer frame to the sideline as he's got his hands in for the high five now. Oh, Gary Sonder. So, yeah, really looking forward to this. Great lineup as well from the Queensland side, as Wayne mentioned. Good young coach in Cole Beckett as well. He's done his apprenticeship. Cole been the Queensland Men's Open assistant coach for the last 2 years, and it's good to see him in a head coaching position now for the first time, the Queenslanders. And interesting as well, another player in the New South Wales side, Dave Marr, lines up regularly for the Gold Coast Titans in the Premiership, and he's crossed the other side of the border to play for New South Wales in this series, so he's going to come up against a lot of familiar faces, and some of them will be teammates from the Gold Coast team or former players down there in the South Queensland region. So Queensland will have the tap. It's Dean Thomas, Wayne's man. He got this special shout out, so there's no pressure here on Dean to get this tap underway. New South Wales, the current series holders. It was quite an extraordinary series in 2016. They won 2-1, but it was a highly entertaining series in 2016, and you feel like it's going to be more of the same this year in 2018. As Queensland, it's at Thomas with the ball. Isles. Ray, that's Bart, gets underneath. Touch made. That was a close one. New South Wales holding strong so far. So Bart's will roll the ball to Isles. He gets the ball back. Ray sweeping around the back, gets the ball. Takes him on. Oh, just gets a ball out. It was a little bit low, and Thomas drops it over the line, but a chance for Queensland early.
Yeah, great tap play, fantastic tap play if you watch that back again. And then a really well executed sweeper. Fortunately, just the last pass going down. Here's New South Wales using that subset.
And they turn it over. Referee Kidd finds a mistake in the roll ball there. So Queensland, good field position here. They'll get some fresh blood onto the field as well now. And Cox, he's one of the strike players for Queensland. He was the player of the series in the 2016 men's 30s division. Here he goes. He's in the half. He's just looking for someone to link up with. Turns it back on the inside. Good touch in the end from New South Wales. Fifth touch now. Cox again. He will just kill it on the short side. And they'll back their defence here, the Queenslanders. As Sonder, first touch for him. Good touch from Quinlivan, comes up out of the line. Sonder again. So makes some changes here, New South Wales. They get a little bit more direct. They work it in towards the middle of the field. Good drive here from the Blues. And they might get another 6 touches. They do. So 5th touch there, and they give them a repeat set.
Yep, again, fantastically executed subset, getting exactly what they want on that back end of that. Let's see how Queensland defend their line for the first time. Good strike by Kanui.
So New South Wales here. Ma with the ball. He's got the bright boots on. We can't miss Dave. Throws a nice early ball out to the link. Comes in off the left foot and ball down. So it was Bradley there for New South Wales. Just couldn't connect with his New South Wales teammates. They turned the ball over New South Wales. Let's see how Queensland come off their line. They shift out towards their sub-box. As Teal goes into half. Nice running so far from Queensland. And they'll just look to get their shape back a little bit here. Ray gets the ball back now. Sebi Ray has a little slip, but gets into half. Ooh, and a chance potentially Dave Mark come up out of the line, but couldn't get his hands around that one.
Yeah, good channel link defence by David Marr, but Sebi Ray, if you watch, the speed of his pass is up there with one of the best in the game.
Queensland now. There might be a penalty coming. There is. Touch and pass. Referee Greg Kidd onto that one nice and early. So New South Wales 0-0 in the men's 30s opening match of the State of Origin series. Good strong touch there from Quinn Livin. New South Wales not happy, and as a result, they're going to get a penalty here, New South Wales. So Tipple rolling the ball. Big bit of timber, Tipple, Anthony Tipple. So poor old Tommy Quinn Livin, who's marking up against him, could not be the opposite of what Anthony Tipple is. As New South Wales have a little dive at the line, I think the referee's going to be happy with this, and he is. Opening touchdown to New South Wales, 1-0.
Again, just a short side quickie. Just the link failing to shut that space outside their middle there. Pretty easy play there for New South Wales. Good start.
So the Blues take the early lead as Harrington drives forward for Queensland. Thomas is probing. Ohio with the ball now. Isles gets into half. Looking left to right. Bump ball from Harrington. They've held on to that one. Touch 4. Harrington. Early ball. Thomas gets underneath. That's going to be a touchdown to Queensland. They've hit straight back. Good signs for the Queenslanders. 1-1.
Yeah, very good sweep. Step back from Queensland. That's exactly what you want, isn't it? Stating the obvious. To hit back straight after letting the try in. So, you happy with that start, Queensland? They need to hold them out here.
So, New South Wales restart here. And Sonder with the ball. Just takes the touch. It's Tipple. And we might have a ball down. Referee's called play on. That's right out. And they've got numbers. Now, what's the referee going to call here? I think he's going to call touch made. Big touch there. That was Neil Teal out on the outside. I'm looking forward to calling Neil Teal all weekend. A big touch made there. Had to be made. Left to right again. Ma! Oh, big opportunity from New South Wales. Just dipped on him in the end. And chance gone by there from New South Wales.
Yeah, Neil Teal, a fantastic touch before. That was a fantastic touch. Yeah, really should have been a touchdown. Queensland going direct now, trying to make Gary make a few touches.
He makes one there again, Sonder. Good drive into line from Bartz. Ray gets into half. He's got a great left to right. There's going to be a repeat set here. New South Wales got their hands on the ball, had to have a go at it. They were in strife a little bit there, the Blues. So it just gives them a little bit of time now to take a breather. It's been an intense start to get this one underway in the men's 30s. It's 6 touches here to Queensland. Bartz and Ray working the middle. They played a lot of touch football together. Nice strong touch. Bartz again. Weeksarek round the back. They fake to show towards him. He's got the ball now. So they're holding nice and strong, New South Wales. Weeksarek tries to get underneath. Touch made from Sonder. So last one coming here for Queensland. Didn't make the touch, so they've still got the ball. They just pulled them back out. They're trying to get the New South Wales defenders to bite here, Queensland. Dave Maher's up in the line. Last touch now, Queensland. That's out left to right. Big touch made, and Dave Maher, he's put his hand up. Yeah, he's claimed it. The referee agrees. Great touch.
Fantastic touch, Dave Maher, again in the channelers link. But it was really good watching the Country Club connection, we'll call them. Bartsy, Sebi and Benny Alphabet, affectionately known, set up their line attack plays. Good to watch.
I'm glad you've now opened the gates by saying Benny Alphabet, because I always struggle pronouncing his last name. So we're going to roll with that. For those that don't know, I think it's pronounced Weeksarek, but it's just too hard to say. So we're going to go Benny Alphabet, or Benny's the number 10 for Queensland. Another one of those country club connections in this men's 30s side. As Queensland now for New South Wales mistake. Isles drives in. They turn it back in towards the middle. There's a lot of chat out there on the field at the moment. Both teams are very vocal. Harrington throws a great ball right to left, right from the middle of the park. It might have even been a little bit further out than that, and Quinlivan finishes off in the corner.
Fantastic ball, Mookie Jr., shelling peas out there. Really good. 30. Let's call it a 30-metre long ball to Tommy Quinlivan. Tommy Quinlivan scored an amazing 4 tries in a premiership game at Suncorp this year for the Broncos, playing against the Cowboys. So look for Tommy to score lots of tries this series.
Yeah, it's a great finisher, Quinlivan. Speed to burn. But I've still got money on my man Tipple, the big timber on the outside. So I reckon, if there's a foot race between those two or they come together, I'm looking forward to that. Clash of the wingers. And it's our man there, Quinlivan. He gets in the half, so he's going to follow up again here in dish. Jesse Green with the ball now. Good touch made from Maher. He's been impressive in this first half, in defence particularly. Dave Maher, as Cox gets into half. A little bit of a footwork here. He's still going Cox. They're still going Cox. So just couldn't connect in the end. Just when you thought the play was going to break down a couple of times, he still just end up finding space. Cox and almost pulled something out of nothing in the end.
Yeah, fantastic footwork by Kanui, who that's what he's got. And I love the flick pass. The flick pass should come back a lot more, I reckon.
The Queensland coach would probably disagree with that. He'd probably want that in the back pocket at the moment, but he's definitely got a lot of strike in him, Kanui Cox. And Mark Tipple with the ball. So we've got Tipple brothers for New South Wales. I'm even more excited now knowing there's 2 Tipples in this 30s team. And it's that man with the ball, nice lime green boots. Throws a big ball on the outside. Will he pop back on the inside? Just ran out of space. Unfortunately for the New South Wales team there was Montgomery for New South Wales out here on the left-hand edge. Just running out of room. But little chance for New South Wales. So it's 2-1 Queensland, opening game in the men's 30s here at Dolphin Oval in Redcliffe. As Queensland, and they're in good field position here. That's Shibasaki driving in now. That man Cox again goes on the inside. Well covered in the end from New South Wales. Now the speed of the game, super impressive. They got straight back on the ball there, New South Wales, as they flirt down the sideline. Close, they got to be careful. They work back in. Sonder just drives it forward, gets his team the metres. They're on the back foot here defensively. Queensland, nice drive into the line. That's Kosage. Maher in the half, comes off the right foot. Good defence. Shibasaki. So both teams, it's been end-to-end the last 2 sets.
Yeah, we said it was going to be fast. That was a great fast set there. Really well defended by Shiba. They're on Shibasaki from, I think he's in Mackay these days. Great to see him out there. Again, that subset with Davey running from half is going to cause some havoc. Let's see if they can keep going with that.
So here he goes, Quinlivan. He's just gone from half. This is the speed we were talking about. Can he connect up? He gets there to our man, Benny Alphabet. So that's what we mentioned. Tommy Quinlivan, nothing happening on the short side. When he gets half an opportunity, he'll take it. Shows the speed, and that's a great try to Queensland.
Yeah, that is a bonus try. Tommy Gunn's just looking for an opportunity to use his speed and run from half. He might be pushing for a middle or a link spot next time, Scotty, after that.
Oh, get him in there. Great player, Tommy. We're big fans of him. Now, they might be in trouble here. Queensland, can they get it out? Big dive, New South Wales. Forward pass from the sideline referee. There's a little bit of contention. There's arms up in the air from New South Wales. The previous touches, Queensland were a little bit all over the place. Lucky to get away with potentially not a ruck penalty, Queensland. They hold off in the end. Now, yeah, ball down. So this might be a little bit of a square up. New South Wales got the ball back. Sloppy roll ball, unfortunately. It's our man Neil Teal out there on the far side for Queensland. So New South Wales, plenty of touches up their sleeve. Great attacking position here. Now, a little bit of chat between the two players. That was Joyce. And he's got the ball again here, Joyce. Kyle Joyce. Plenty of touches. He's got the ball again. Sonder, back to Joyce. Sonder's going to get in the half here. Can he manufacture? Yeah, good defence, but a penalty coming. So Harrington shot up out of the line. I think the referee, I'm not too sure if he's calling them offside or they didn't move forward.
Yeah, I think he called him for dropping it early there, but Gary's looking for that left to right. You watch Gary Sonder control this set here. Should be good watching. He's looking for a left to right to catch out our man Neil Teal over there. I hope he's on his game.
So the Blues off the left foot. Abood, well defended in the middle from Queensland. Jesse Green making the touch again. Just work in the middle, quick roll balls. They go for the short side. Now they've got them in the goal. Can they link up? Yeah, there might be a penalty coming here. And I think Ohio worked the player off the ball. That's exactly what the referee's called. So another 6 touches, New South Wales. Mark Tipple taps. They work back in towards the middle of the field. And you can hear the referees trying to get Queensland to come forward. They're doing that at this stage. New South Wales just keep pulling out. Sonder. He's going to direct the traffic here. Sonder into half. And it just opens up for New South Wales. And really wasn't anything too special there. And the floodgates straight open up. And New South Wales, easy touchdown in the end.
Yeah, well manufactured, well thought out. Just dragged that middle way too far to the left side of the field, opening up the open side. Gary's got a fantastic pass. Queensland just couldn't compete there.
So 3-2. Queensland still leading. Quinlivan had a little opportunity down the sideline there. So Queensland by 1 in the men's 30s, game 1. 2018 State of Origin Series. Isles gets into half. Ohio throws the ball. Intercepted. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Well, they've even pulled up stump. Tommy Isles is coming from the inside. But easy take in New South Wales. That was Bo Montgomery. Plucked that one out and probably one he had to take. Goes the full distance. New South Wales level it up. It's 3-all.
That looked like... It looked like an opportunity there. I just want to see the replay. But good positioning from that winger, being probably a little bit too deep, but that Ari won't be happy with that. I think he'll bank on probably getting that ball out to the winger next time because that was probably on.
So can Queensland hit back? It's level here now. Bartz, I think he's got that one down. Michael Bartz, and they do exactly that. They reclaim the lead. And just a classy finish in the end from Michael Bartz.
Yeah, good finish, Bartsy. Good, just held up that middle that made that touch on that sweeper for this, that split second, just open up that space outside. Bartsy's very good at that. Good play, good hit back, Queensland. good attacking game here.
Sonda with the tap. He's got the ball back again. Abood with the ball. Tipple into Ma, Sonda, Abood. So they're connecting well. New South Wales, Ma shows and goes, throws it out to the right-hand edge of New South Wales, but well defended. Quinn Livin on Queensland's left edge. Ma with the ball now. He gets it back. Early ball to Sonda. They've got opportunities, and Gary Sonda winds back the clock, strolls under the post, gets New South Wales back into it. It's 4 touchdowns apiece.
Same play, Scotty. Same play. Make the link on the left side of the field. Make the touch to release their middle. And Gary winding back the clock. That was a little bit too easy. I think Queensland needs some defensive pressure from their open side links next time that play comes.
So we're locked up again. Yeah, last time Queensland scored after New South Wales did. Can they do the same again here? Cox. There was a chance there. There was a link line, you feel. But ball goes down to ground. So Queensland turn it over. New South Wales, intensity's really picked up here. There's only a couple of minutes left in the first half. It's been a fantastic opening to this men's 30s game as the Blues. Substitutions coming on. Good drive in towards the middle of the field. Last touch. Half a chance. Queensland with a call to stay up. They're running the ball around New South Wales. They're still going. Harrington plucks it out of the air. He stumbled. It looks like he's been sniping from the front row of the crowd. He's still going, Harrington. Can he get that big dive? Mook Harrington put the ball down, son. Well, I can't believe that. I gave him absolutely no chance of scoring that try. It looked like he burst a hamstring as soon as he plucked it. And before you know it, he gets it over the line and Queensland retake the lead.
Oh, Mookie Jr., I agree with you, mate. I thought when he took that, I thought they were going to get him in 2 strides, but I think he was just kidding. He just went, okay, might put it into 4th gear here. And away he went. Oh, yuck. That's 2 big turning points there in the game. An intercept and then you drop it from the tap. They won't be happy with that, New South Wales.
Only 40 seconds left on the clock. It's the last thing New South Wales would want to do is let Queensland back in here to get a 2-touchdown lead going into half-time. Queensland, strong touch. Bartz drives in. Ray, he goes off the right foot. Turns it back into Bartz. Great hands. Holds on to it. They reset here, Queensland. Thomas. Bartz. Go! Chance, half a chance. Just couldn't get that pass directed in the end. And the clock winds down. I think New South Wales are quite happy to wind this one out. And they're going to roll the ball. Tipple, he'll just take it forward. And that's half-time. And it's Queensland 5 leading New South Wales 4 in the men's 30s here at Dolphin Oval in Redcliffe. And Wayne, that was a highly, highly entertaining opening stanza.
It was. Did it seem like the whole game was played on either try line there? There doesn't seem to be much in the middle of the field. It really seemed to be attacking set on the line against attacking set on the line, which is probably what we expected from this division, which is fantastic. Look, I hesitate after the last game, after the women's 30s, to say who would be on top, because I don't really know. But it really is going to come down to, I think, who's going to execute those line attack plays. Queensland are really looking for those sweepers with Bartsy and the country club connection out there, and New South Wales have had success for those same 2 plays, opening up that open side of the field that Gary seems to be able to get them to run. So I think quite obviously it's going to come down to a defence. Who's got the best defence in the second half? Not being so obvious. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Great game.
So we'll take a quick break here and we'll get back underway for the second half of the men's 30s game in not too long. Well, welcome back to Dolphin Oval, and we're about to get underway for the second half of the Queensland-New South Wales men's 30s match. A great opening stanza. It's 5-4 Queensland leading, so anyone's game for sure. And like Wayne mentioned in the first half, the women's 30s game, it didn't pan out how we thought, and New South Wales ran away with that one in the end, 8-4. So anything can happen in Origin football. But it's been a fantastic opening to this match. And it'll be New South Wales and Gary Sonder who's getting into position to take the tap. So let's see what New South Wales have in their opening set. Like most teams, and we've mentioned a couple of times before, you feel like they have a nice little set play coming up here. As the hooter goes in the background, and we're underway in the second half. Men's 30s, game 1 of the 2018 State of Origin series. Sonder just drifts out. That's Tipple. My apologies. And he's got the ball again. Mars in the half, early ball. Good defence from Michael Bartz from Queensland. Saw that one coming, got up out of the line nice and early. Mar to Tipple. Mar in a half again. He's in there with space, and they've got that one. Opening touchdown, New South Wales. Just looked a little flat-footed there, Queensland in defence, and they level it back up. It's 5 touchdowns all.
Yeah, great way to start, stating the obvious. Great way to start the second half. The Queensland had worked out the play that New South Wales scored in the first half there, had their link up, but just forgot about option B, which was going to be Davey running from half. So Queensland fixed one spot, just need to fix the other one now.
So Queensland, can they hit back? Shibasaki's in half. Weeks to wreck with the ball. Cox. Shibasaki up out of the line. Good defence. That's Parnaby from New South Wales. Cox. They call play on here. Queensland. Weeks to wreck dancing. But well defended from New South Wales, so they hold out. 5-all remains the score. Men's 30s. In New South Wales now, they'll look to make changes as the boys come on at the back. Mar rolls the ball. That's Bailey who turned it back on the inside. Mar gets back into half, throws an early ball. They've got a chance out here. New South Wales. Touch made. Cox is called. I think there was a bit of dispute going on from the New South Wales player, but Cox, big diving effort, touch he had to make.
Yeah, fantastic touch, Kanui. He was the one that held on that link line at length, got into the corner to forward pass off the ruck, the coach killer.
Might have even got him a little bit high. Looked like referee Greg Kidd indicating. So on the drive in from the Queensland player, I think it might have been Kanui Cox again. Might have just made contact with the New South Wales player a little bit high. So a penalty against Queensland. As New South Wales, can they make them pay? Still 5-all here in the men's 30s. Mar, he's been everywhere in this opening at men's 30s game. He's got the ball again. Throws it out the back to Sonder. Well defended. Sebi Ray makes the touch for Queensland. Mar again. Abood with the ball now. Out to Sonder. Comes off the right foot. Abood. They just hold back now. They've got a few touches still. As Cox comes up to put pressure on Sonder. They're just playing with them a little bit here, the Blues. Mar now drives in. Last touch. Has the ball. Sonder. Back to Mar. Chance here through the legs. He holds on to it. Wow. Spectacular. A little bit of footwork as well at the end. And a touchdown, but through the legs. 50-50 chance. Tipple finishes it off. Great touchdown from New South Wales.
I called for the flick pass to come back, Scotty, in the first half, and there it was from Mick Abood. Through the legs. That's bringing the crowds back to touch, actually. Fantastic. But look, the lead up to that was fantastic ball movement. Really was.
Yeah, they just didn't die with the play in New South Wales, and there wasn't really too much defensive pressure from Queensland, so they just kept running them around, end up driving in and finishing their set off as Isles. Short ball to Harrington. Penalty coming, so touch made, but players offside from New South Wales. Little chance on the short side for Queensland. As Harrington taps now. Sends it to Ohio. Isles into half. Back to Ohio. Steps off the right foot. Jeez, I thought he almost got that down, Ohio. He must have been offside. It looked a little bit lazy and almost took advantage of that. It was a lot closer than what it should have been. As Isles, Harrington, and just lost his footing a little bit there, Mook Jr. He's got the ball again now. Jesse Green moves into half. Pressure up in the line from Queensland. Great take from Teal. Footwork, but they're running out of options here, and they turn it back on the inside. No support, and the ball is turned over. New South Wales gain possession.
And Queensland just looked like they lost their way after that first attacking raid. They just didn't know really what they were trying to achieve there, so they might have to fix that next time.
So the Blues a little bit disjointed in this set as well, as they made substitutions. Ohio was called out from the referees, retracts in the line, which he does. Mars back on the field now again for New South Wales, and he's into half. Can he link up? Oh, he has! The Queensland winger out there, Rowan Lee, came in to mark up on the link. The ball just dipped over his head. So New South Wales, they take a 2-buffer lead now at 7-5.
Great ball, Davey Marr, too. They really give a rap to the number 2, Jonathan Bailey, who's really played the ball on a platter the last couple of sets, giving that strike dump for ball players like Davey Marr to execute that play. Well done.
So they've got to pull one back here, Queensland. 2-touchdown lead to New South Wales. Shibasaki running. Yeah, it's a penalty. Good touch from Adrian Hammond. Had to make it. His support player, I think it was Vincent DeMaria, was offside, working back onside. So the penalty to Queensland. Ohio with the ball. Shibasaki roll ball, play on from the referee, but he's dropped the ball over the line. Yeah, fair call. Looked like he bounced it, and we might have an injury here to one of the New South Wales players. A little bit of a collision. And Michael Bart still having a little bit of a chat to the referee, and he's giving a little bit of a push while he's at it. And we're just watching the replay now as Bart, he dropped it, there's no doubt about it. So I'm not too sure what old Bartsy was complaining about. Might have been, hopefully, trying to get a penalty of some description, but doesn't mind having a little chat every now and then to the referees, Michael Bartz. As Thomas comes up out of the line, puts good pressure on, but Sonder, fantastic hands, but unfortunately throws the ball. And it just, nice little bit of a reverse swing, I think. Any one of the Australian cricket players would love to have that in their back pocket at this stage. It's Queensland. They got to score this set, you feel. It's only 2 touchdowns, but when you're talking Origin football, 2 touchdowns is a good lead. As Bart will be looking to make up for the error over the line last set for Queensland. He goes through here, intercepted. There's another intercept. He doesn't look like he even wants to think about going the whole way in. Turn it over. Jeez, big error there. Probably in hindsight, it was taken by Stuart Parnaby. Probably the best option would have been just to hold that ball.
Yeah, he should have just taken the touch. Did a fantastic job by taking it. Should have watched Mookie Jr. in the first half.
So Queensland, they've had the possession in the last 5 or so minutes, so the bulk of the possession down this end of the field. They haven't come up with the biscuits as of yet. It's Weeksharek. Oh, geez, that was close to being late. Ma must have just missed the touch. Cox again. Short ball. Quick roll ball. Yeah, played it inside the 5. Too close to the touchline in the end. And the New South Wales player just comes up and makes the touch. Shuts that play down against Queensland. And New South Wales are going to have to do the hard yards here to get out of their end of the field. A little bit of push and shove from Quinlivan. Through the legs again. Yeah, over the mark here. Scott Bradley turns it over. So again, Queensland, good field position. And New South Wales has struggled to get out of their end in their last few sets. Penalties and mistakes have been crucial. But Queensland still haven't been able to finish it off as Isles tries to evade New South Wales defender but gets touched, so he takes it back to the mark. Cox into Ray. Roll ball, Ray gets it back again, goes off the right. They've got a chance here, Cox. Yes, they've missed him. They've run down the short side, and Kanui Cox gets one back. It's only one in it now. New South Wales 7-6.
Yeah, really important time for Sebi to get himself into the game there and get Queensland back on the board. That's Sebi's strength too, that counties play, dumping, splitting in field. New South Wales really pressing up off the line as well, which has taken that time off Queensland at the moment.
So one touchdown in it now. And New South Wales, they'll want to hit back. They want to get that 2-touchdown buffer again. It's Tipple, dishes. Oh, big touch. Comes up out of the line. Says, sorry, mate. He was sort of falling. Got him around the throat, but play on. All good. And they look covered here. Play on. Oh, they're going to get a penalty. Penalty on 5th touch. So, yeah, ouch is the call from my co-commentator. You just can't do that in any game, let alone an Origin match. You're down by 1. There's 10 to go on the clock. 5th touch penalty from Queensland. And New South Wales. Parnaby in the half. Dishes early. Well covered here. Good defence. Out to Sonder. Just holds it back. Takes the time. Gary Sonder. He works himself into half. Dishes early. Oh, and it falls apart. Good pressure from Michael Bartz. And they just miss the assignment on that one.
Yeah, Bartsy really getting up there and putting pressure. They learnt from the first half. You see the importance New South Wales put on that set there. They really wanted to score there. Bit of back chat. That's unusual for Gary. Gary got penalised for back chat in game 1.
There's another penalty here. And we're not too sure. The referee is calling them offside. So again, Queensland, they got to take advantage of this. They did in their last set of 6. They've reduced the margin to 1. It's 8-7 New South Wales. My apologies, 7-6 New South Wales. They've got the lead in the men's 30s opening game. Shibasaki comes off the right foot. Bart's good touch. Held the roll ball up, and it's a penalty for coming in on the side. Probably a tough one. It's pretty hard not to when you're coming in from the link position. And I don't think the contact was over the top, but a penalty given. Shibasaki. He's going to point to the spot here. Saunders not happy. I think that might have been a tough call. Now he's given a little bit of chat as well. They might be one down here, New South Wales. So it's the end. He's giving him 2. He's going down the end. We heard a roar from the balcony of the Dolphins Leagues Club clubhouse. As we see the replay, it just looked very close.
Well, I think the 4 was definitely called off, and Gary believes he's made the touch before Ryan has got the ball down there. But look, Shibba's looking really dangerous on those sweepers, like really, really dangerous. So I think they might keep going back to him. But I think Queensland need that country club connection to really fire now, right when the game's on the line.
New South Wales attacking. Touch made from Queensland. So they're a player down. Gary Saunders just hanging in the in-goal area. So there's an issue here. Now he's basically in the Queensland defensive line. I don't know if he's lost his bearings being north of the border. He doesn't know where he is at the moment, Saunders. He's behind the line now. So I think they might have actually given a penalty away because he was technically on the field. So they might have had too many players on the field, New South Wales. Oh, no, that must be incorrect because they've held the ball, New South Wales. So they're a man down. And can they score? We saw it in our opening match, the 35s. Big contact in the middle there. So it's getting a little bit heated from both sides now. And the referee has called. Now, Sebi Ray's been given a substitution. So for the time being, it's 5-on-5. So it's even at least. But Queensland have got a player coming back on. So just a substitution for those at home. So that gave Queensland the chance to bring another player on. Whereas New South Wales, Gary Sonder is in the bin, so they're down one player. Touch made from Dean Thomas. So 7-all. We've got 6 minutes left in the men's 30s opening match. Can New South Wales produce something here? One man down. Just held up there, Dave Maher. He's got the ball. Gets it back again, pops up and drops it. So Queensland, can they turn the screws? They've got the advantage. They're moving the ball a little bit here now. They bring it towards the New South Wales sub-box side. They make changes on their far side of the field. Back into the middle, not square, so it's gotten a little bit scrappy the last couple of minutes.
I think just because the game's really on the line, the next couple of minutes is going to quite obviously determine who's going to win here. New South Wales need Davey Maher back on the field, I would think.
So the Blues, they're down one player. They just reset now. Tipples in the half, dishes early, gets low. Ooh, touch made. He's not happy with the call. It was a close one. So they just take their time here. The Blues, can they pull something out of nothing? Tipple. Yeah, leave it there's the call. We could hear it from the box. Now their player comes back on, Gary Sonder. He's going to run towards the substitution box, so they'll replace him with another player. Back to 6-on-6. 7-all. Men's 30s opening game in the State of Origin. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock as Isles drives forward for Queensland. Now they've got changes coming on, so they're just going to take a couple of touches here to get themselves settled. It's Bartz now. Ohia's in a half. Goes back on the inside. Bartz, touch made. Good touch. So the Blues, good contact there. Rowan Lee. They were looking for the penalty for a hard touch, but it was a good touch from Rowan. Just slowed the momentum down for New South Wales. So the energy's really picked up and ball down. So good touch there from Reaper as well. So Ohio with the ball. Jesse Green. Teal goes into half. Hands it off to Cox. Coming onto the field. Cox again. Rays into half. Whoop, just has a little juggle. Now, I think the call is that it's last touch, and it is, so they've turned it over. As the Blues. 3 minutes left on the clock now. 7-all. If we're locked up at extra time, it's going to a drop-off. All matches need a result in the State of Origin series. And New South Wales, there's still plenty of time on the clock. They can steal this one away. Mark throws an early ball out to the wing, and they've done it. Touchdown to New South Wales. They take the lead. It's 8-7. There's 2 minutes 30 left on the clock.
What an amazing pass by Dave. There's just a no-look cutout to the... No, he actually does have a look, but amazing pass.
It was nice and early off the deck. Might have filled the Queensland winger there a little bit, but a great finish as well. So New South Wales, 8-7. 2 minutes left on the clock. Cox throws the ball, and that's play on. Tommy Isles got a little tip on. Luckily, it went backwards. And a touchdown in the corner. Rowan Lee, we're back to being square. 8 touchdowns all.
Yep, that was the play that they were looking for. Fantastic tip on the skills, Scotty, in the last couple of minutes. Like, they have been magnificent.
So lucky to get away with that one. Either way, if Oz got his hands on the ball, he had space in front of him as well. And finished off in the corner, Rowan Lee. So 8-all. The clock is winding down. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Sonder into half. And well defended, Queensland. And there's calls from the Blues box. They thought they might have been short, the Queenslanders. Sonder in a half. The space right in front of them. They're in chance. Quinlivan turns to chase. Touchdown. Well, that was shot Queensland in many places on the field, and New South Wales, with less than a minute left, have taken the lead again, 9-8.
Fantastic play. You know, they say great players make the game look easy. That was Gary Sonder. Just waited for the Queensland defence there to make their choice, picked his player and executed. That's why he's been one of the best for a long period of time.
So Queensland, they need something in this set. They've got to score. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of chat out on the field. There's Bartz. Cox is directing play. He's in the half now. This is it for Queensland. Throws the long ball. Plucked off. It's our man Anthony Tipple. He's taking it. They're just looking to wind the clock down now. There's 10 seconds left. They're just plotting up the field. Mar takes an extra couple of seconds off the clock. He's got the ball again. Oh, a little bit of a tough push there as the hooter goes in the background. And New South Wales have stolen this one away. Well, I wouldn't say they've stolen that away. That's not a fair comment. They well-deserved winners in the men's 30s game, but it was towards the back end of this match that they end up taking it. And a fantastic men's 30s opening game. New South Wales 9, Queensland 8.
Yeah, we did say at the start of this game this was going to be a fantastic series, and I think that's what we've seen in that game there. Look, some fantastic individual performances. Davey Marr absolutely on fire. Gary Sonder did what Gary Sonder always does and controlled the game at the key points. But Queensland, they can get a lot better out of that as well, like their sweeper plays with the country club connection. They looked effective. Really interested in seeing how this series plays out. Like that's going to be a fantastic series. It's anyone's, I think.
So fantastic opening to the men's 30s series, and stay tuned. We've got our first Opens game coming up next on the stadium field here at Dolphin Oval in Redcliffe. The Mixed Open will be coming up very shortly.